everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a mid-year reflection. I made a vision board in the beginning of the year and I kind of wanted to reflect on it in the middle of the year so that way I can congratulate myself for the things that I have done, but also refocus for the rest of the year so that way I can be a little bit more organized and have more of a clear goal in my mind. I asked you guys about this on Instagram and everyone said that they wanted to see it, so I thought it would be good to just kind of go over the things that I have accomplished and then to set goals for myself in order to get, everything off my vision board that I possibly can. So if you like this idea and you want to see what I've done so far this year, then just keep watching. So I have my laptop here. I wrote notes on everything basically. And if you didn't watch my vision board video, then I'll put a little flag up here. But basically like this year I wanted it to be about myself and healing and just kind of finding myself and prioritizing things that I like to do instead of always thinking about other people and making everything good for myself. So I have a lot of things that I wanted to do. And one of the first things being creating more content. Obviously, I feel like that's always my goal every single year, but I feel almost like I kind of fall into this little tunnel with my content. I definitely have a lot of imposter syndrome. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have all these ideas and then once I start putting them out, I'm like, oh my god, am I even supposed to be doing this? Or like, am I good enough? Or do people actually even like my stuff? I don't know. I get in my head a lot and I'm my biggest competitor and I always want to do better and find better ways to do things, more interesting content, but also do things that I like. So it's a hard balance, and like I said, I get in my head about it all the time. But this year I decided I really just want to take a leap and do what makes me happy, think about content that I like, and then also kind of mix it up and not just do vlogs, but do more like heart-to-heart videos, like my breakup video, or just like talking to you guys so you guys can like kind of get to know me a little bit more. And that's why I thought this video would be good, so that way you can kind of see in my head and like what I want to do and what I want to accomplish in my life. So anyway, kind of a side tangent, but I've definitely have been fully focused on creating my content as much as possible. I have been making that a priority and something that's important to me, and making it known that's important to me so everyone else can understand my boundaries. So a couple ways that I have been doing that is, you guys know about my Notion. I feel like I talk about this all the time, but I use my Notion for everything, and let me know in the comments if you want me to show you it. But I have my budget on there, I have my calendar, all of my events, I have everything on there. And my favorite thing to do is plan my social media content out on my Notion. I have a little calendar page, I have a content brainstorm, I have everything I need for me to be successful all in one place. I can access it from my computer, I can access it from my phone, I can access it from anywhere. It's super easy to update and it's a cloud, so it's anywhere, it's accessible anywhere. I could go anywhere on any computer and just log in. It's great, it's amazing. Love Notion, and it just keeps me organized with everything, but especially with content. Also, I've been using this app, it's called Unum or Unum, I don't know how you say it, but I'll put like a little thingy here. Basically, I use it to plan and post my content. In the beginning, when the app first came out, because I've had it for a long time, you just plan the content so you can kind of see like what your feed looks like, but now you can actually have it automatically post to your Instagram, which I love. I think there's other apps that you can do this too, but I don't know, I just had this app and I prefer to use it. I like it. So yeah, not sponsored or anything, just love the app, and I've been using that, and it's good because I can batch my content and then also have each day that I want to post, which has been Monday, Wednesday, Friday, about my content, and I can pre-plan the caption, so I love that. And then also I hate editing sometimes because I talk so much and I say a lot and like and whatever. I say a lot of stupid stuff that I feel like I have to edit out, and sometimes I just get stuck in the editing loophole. So I've been giving myself ample amount of time to edit. Filming is easiest for me because I'm just talking, I'm speaking, and saying whatever's on my mind. But editing is another animal for me. So instead of just like waiting to the last minute to edit something, like I actually give myself time. I edit on the train, or if I have extra time at work, and I'll pre-plan what I want to film so that way I can have time to edit. I have been prioritizing that this year, and I feel like I kind of definitely let it slip after, you know, the summer, but I've been starting to pick it up again. I've been feeling very good about it. So that is another thing I want to like continue throughout the rest of the year, obviously, but I feel like I set myself up for success. Second thing I wanted to prioritize was saving money and budgeting. I kind of mentioned this before, but with my Notion, I have been planning my budget. I've been writing out my checks. I've been writing out all of my bills. Anything that I've been spending on, I've been super organized about it. And when I pay my bills, I mark that they've been paid. I see how much money comes in and how much money I have in bills versus how much I make a month. So it just really is nice, and it's good to go back on just in case I need it for anything. If I need to see how much I made, you know, last year, I can look and see all the breakdown of everything, all of my expenses and my paychecks and the dates that I got them. It's just way more organized. It keeps me on track, and also I can plan out which paychecks are going to go to which bills. And I wanted to prioritize that this year, especially because I have to start paying back my college debt. Using Notion, created my own template. I'll put a little screenshot here so you could kind of see what it looks like. Again, if you ever want me to go over my Notion, like how I budget and anything, just let me know in the comments. I would definitely do that. Another thing that I have been focusing on is self-care. I feel like I have a hard time kind of implementing self-care because I'm the oldest, and I was always taking care of my siblings and always worrying about other people and taking care of everybody else except for taking care of myself. So I feel like once I started becoming an adult, I was like, oh my god, I need to take care of myself. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know how to take care of myself. So I feel like the last couple of years I was kind of starting to understand, like, this is what I need to do. This is what I need, and this is what will set me up for success, basically. And I think another thing that I definitely learned this year was doing things for myself and not for anybody else. For example, I'm going to put lotion on my skin because I like when my skin's soft and not when it's dry and flaky, and not just putting it on because, you know, I want other people to think I smell good or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Or like, I want to paint my nails because I want to, not because somebody told me I should paint my nails. You know what I mean? I've been trying to find my preferences and what I like instead of thinking about what people have told me that they like on myself or things that people have suggested. I've been saying, you know what, I like this. Why don't I do this? I also have been allocating time in the day to do it instead of just procrastinating, doing literally anything besides taking care of myself. I actually give myself the time to do it. So I'll take a shower. I have my routine where I brush my teeth and I do my skincare. Speaking of skincare, I just started a new skincare routine. I talked about it a little bit. It's Vanilla Swirl's glass skin routine, and I'm like loving it. Really, my skin looks so good. I of course have like a couple breakouts, but my pores are like non-existent. My skin is glowy, it's moisturized, it feels good, so I'm happy about it. But I would have never thought to focus on this year if I didn't have my vision board. I really wanted to implement a time in my day and in my schedule, in my routine, and create a routine that works for me so that it's long lasting and I actually do take care of myself and, you know, find what I prefer. Another thing that is positive is my reading goal. I wanted to do 20 books this year, and I'm almost positive I'm at 9 going on 10. I'm reading It Ends With Us right now, and yeah, I'm 9 going on 10 because I just finished A Likely Story, which I showed you guys on my Instagram. I have like my whole story of all of the books that I read this year. Anyway, my goal is 20 and I'm sitting at 9, and we're pretty much halfway-ish through the year, so I feel like I'm good. I'm about to be at 10. So I really think I'm gonna make it. Hopefully. I've been prioritizing it so much recently because I love to read, and that's kind of one of my other like self-care things that I do. I realized that I really love to read. I've been prioritizing that more, and instead of playing on my phone or scrolling on TikTok or something, I've been reading my books on my shelf, and it's honestly been super healing, and I'm so happy because I used to love reading, but I kind of lost touch with it since I read so much in high school, and I did a lot of AP classes and a lot of stupid books that I hated reading. Anyway, now I find joy in reading and it makes me happy. I like to read really anything. I mean, the romance, of course, that's been my thing lately, but I've been reading a lot of books. I've been prioritizing that. that and, you know, reading anytime I can. Anytime that I'm not editing or working on social media, I'm reading my books. Another thing I'd like to mention is that we finally finished our bachelor's. It didn't happen exactly the way I wanted it to, but it's wrapped up neatly, tight in a bow. So that way we can move on and close that chapter and start something new. I told you guys I really want to do this social media thing. So of course I'm putting my heart and soul into it. But also I think you guys know I work in MRI, which I love MRI. I love radiology, and that's something that I might go into. We'll see. But right at the moment, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy that I have the time to put into my social media, but also do a job that I really like. I'm really comfortable in my position right now and I'm happy with it, so we're just going to keep coasting. But just wanted to mention that we closed that chapter up, and probably never going to be over because I love school so much. But right now we're just taking a brief pause. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was modeling. That was another thing I had on my board. I have not been prioritizing modeling like at all this year, but now I am, because now I'm walking in that fashion show that I did last year. I showed you in one of my vlogs. I can put the little flag up here. But I was in this fashion show for one of my friends. She is amazing. I love the show. I love the whole thing behind it. If you want to follow the account, it's Authenticity Projects. It's amazing. We have such a good time. We have a lovely group of ladies and men this year, which is so exciting. We're all gonna walk through. We're doing a bunch of content. I just did a photo shoot at the park, and then we also did it in a 7-Eleven. So I'm excited for all of those to come out. We're waiting for the professional pictures to come back. But yeah, I've been really prioritizing that lately because we've been doing a lot of content for the show. The show is going to be in September. So we've been doing a lot of stuff. And I also scheduled a couple photo shoots for myself. I have a birthday photo shoot that I want to do. And then I don't know what I'm going to do for the other shoot yet. We talked about a couple ideas, but kind of open to anything. It was just kind of content, whatever we can get. I know I was going to do new digitals. I do have to update my modeling portfolio with my new sizes and everything. But as of late, I've been doing a lot of modeling, and August is going to be packed. Every single weekend I have something for modeling. I wanted to prioritize modeling this year, and even though I didn't do it in the beginning of the year, I am now, and I hope to continue that because it does make me happy. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna move into the things now that I kind of want to work on, or things that I kind of lost sight of. I think I lost sight of a lot in the beginning-ish of the year. I had a lot of turmoil in my life. I was in a relationship, and then I wasn't in a relationship. A lot of personal things happened. And I feel like I kind of lost sight of myself. So I feel like I kind of wasted some time, and I don't regret it. It just kind of is a shame because I feel like this year was supposed to be about myself, and I really sabotaged myself with that. But nonetheless, I definitely just want to talk about the things that I didn't touch on this year yet, and hopefully maybe we can kind of scoot something in, or, you know, prioritize it, or maybe for next year we can really, really prioritize it. So this is the time where we're going to talk about all the things I'm going to refocus on. So I lost sight of the gym, okay? I lost sight of it. I was working out really good in the beginning of the year, and then it all just tumbled. My problem is I need to find a time where it works in my schedule and where I feel good and I'm comfortable with it, and I just kind of have to get into the swing of things again. So definitely that's something that we're going to be incorporating ASAP. I've just been procrastinating by adding it to my schedule, but also I have a tiny bit problem with adjustments, so I've been adding, you know, the content, the modeling, and that kind of stuff because I want to prioritize that first, and then I want to start adding the gym. So I've been kind of doing little by little, the modeling, then the self-care, and then we're gonna get into the gym. So that's next on my list, don't worry. I don't know, I love the gym. I always loved the gym. My first degree that I have is in exercise science. I love it. I just need to add it to my routine, and that's basically it. I don't have any excuses besides that. I just kind of fell off, and I definitely need to get back in there, even if it's only a couple times a week. And I don't want to be so hard on myself about it because I'm the type that wants to go every single day. It's because I like to be there. It's not because I'm shaming myself or making myself feel bad. It's just I like to be there. I like to have the same routine every single day. So we have to find that kind of balance, and that's another thing that I'm having a hard time with, finding balance between things. So we're definitely going to add the gym to our routine, but I just have to slowly sneak it in, okay? Another thing is I haven't traveled as much as I wanted to. I feel like I haven't traveled as much as I wanted to in a few years. The last time I really traveled is when I went to St. Thomas in Florida. That was so much fun and I would love to do that again. So maybe next year that's something that I can do, is plan a trip for myself. But to compromise, I've been going to the beach. I've been going to New Jersey. I've been going to Ocean City, to be more specific. And, you know, just spending a day there and having fun. It's not Florida. It's not St. Thomas, but it's a nice in-between, and I can still go to the beach. It's not so far. I can spend a day there and come home. It's a nice compromise. So maybe next year we can start thinking about maybe going someplace. I would love to travel outside of the country, but I don't think that would be feasible for me next year. We'll see. But I definitely want to make it to Florida because my lover Jackie is there. I miss you so much, girlfriend. And I just love Florida. I love the beach. I love the atmosphere, and it's my favorite place to be. But I also want to go someplace new. So I don't know. We'll have to reevaluate later and talk about that. But that's definitely one thing that I have on my vision board, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to refocus on it, but it's still in the back of my head, and I have compromised with it. Instead of making big trips, make little trips and road trips, you know, just small ones, or, you know, whatever I feel like doing, just do it as far as traveling. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is just, again, prioritizing myself. I definitely lost that focus this year. The whole focus of this year was supposed to be me working on myself, and unfortunately I kind of let that slip. I got into a relationship, it ended, and then I had a lot of family things going on, which is not always something that I could control. But I could have, instead of hiding behind a relationship and hiding in it and not really focusing on myself and that making them my excuse as to why I wasn't taking care of myself, is not fair. It's not fair to myself. It's not fair to anybody around me. And I realized that it was a big lesson that I learned this year, and I think that's definitely a positive. But on the negative side, I feel like this year was really, I was meant to focus on myself, and I didn't really do it that much. So now that I am working on myself, I can actually refocus and regroup and think about what I want to do and how I want to spend the rest of my year. I have relocated. I'm in a space that I feel at peace, and a place where I feel like I can kind of regroup and get my thoughts together and think about what I want to do and what's best for me. And I think this was probably one of the best things I did for myself this year. And like I said, now that I'm at peace, I can really focus and hone in on myself. So that was everything for my mid-year reflection. I hope you guys liked it. I know it was kind of a different video, but I thought it would be fun so you guys can kind of see what's going on in my head and what I have planned for myself. It is August, so it is not the end of the year yet, and I'm definitely going to be doing an end of the year reflection if you guys liked this video, but 100% I'm going to be doing another vision board video for next year, so keep an eye out for that. If you like this video, make sure you thumbs up and comment down below if you want me to do end of year reflection or any other video requests that you have. Definitely comment down below. Subscribe if you want to see some more videos like this, and I also post a lot of vlogs and lifestyle content, so if you're interested in that, of course, subscribe and turn the little bell on so that way you never miss an upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.